down here on the river. We just caught last light. We got our headlamps with us. We're gonna do a little surface hunting and start off. But now we're looking through our first sift. I found a little piece of flint right about the same spot we found at Arrowhead the other day. I think Douglas got us on the board for tonight. He found a little bladelet looking piece. So, Bub found, it's almost see-through. It's not a hole, it's one of those mason jar lids, but it's one of them kind of translucent ones. And I found some type of china that had been melted. It almost looks like jar candy, like your grandma gives you. I'm not sure if that's anything or not, or just real long and wide spalled off piece there I just found. This old guy here's trying to get out of the rain. It's starting to pick up finally. It's threatened us for about an hour now without having done anything, but I think it's actually going to start picking up. There's the thunder. We're gonna have to get somewhere in a minute. I don't know if you can see it, but you could probably hear it. It finally started raining pretty good. It's probably gonna do this for about 45 minutes to an hour. We're just gonna stay holed up. We're in a little cave here right at the edge. All right, we have finally got rid of the rain. It's still sprinkling. But I found a tiny little piece there I thought was something, but I don't think it's anything. Pick it up, bub. But nah, we'll get a look at it later. You could see that little divot right there that the light's on. That wasn't there earlier. That got washed out with the rain. So that's what we're looking for. That's why we kind of, instead of left, we're like, well, we'll hold out and see what we can find on the way back. And I'm hoping it's going to be a better hunt on the way back, because it was a good enough rain. I figure a lot of stuff's going to get uncovered. So we'll see. All right, right there is a big piece of cord mark pottery. And it's a lot more unique looking than most of them I find. I haven't found any pieces of shell that big in it, and I haven't found one that brown. So that's a really neat one there. Look here, we got one that looks like it's worked like a uniface tool, as it's got working on that side. It's busted up, but I'm going to do a little sifting in where I found it, because that's definitely got some edge work on it. So, a little crude tool, but it's got us on the board. We'll see if we can't get anything in the sifter now. Well, we're looking around. I don't see anything else. That little piece of that tool might have been all we're gonna find in this hole. We skimmed off the surface there in the sand. Yeah, Douglas found a little piece of cord mark pottery in there. Well, sometimes you come down and it pays off. Sometimes you just get you a good exercise. And tonight, that's not anything. Tonight's just gonna be some good exercise, I think. We'll do a few more coming down through here, but we're almost to the end. We got a pocket full of some okay finds tonight. Not our best night, but definitely not our worst. Alrighty, here's everything we found. We didn't find any points, but it's still a pretty good night. Coolest thing I think personally is this cord marked pottery here. You can see the big pieces of shell that's in it. This one's got some tinier ones. That's more typical. They're still both really rare, kind of orange brown colors. We don't find those too often down there. We got a bunch of littler pieces, big old piece of flint there. Douglas found him a horse tooth. I think that's what it is anyway. Bunch of flint. And then there's some possible tools here. I'm not 100% sure. This one has working down the side a little bit right there. You can kind of see it in the picture. So I think that might be a busted up scraper. Big what if on that one, but that one could be a little bladelet. And I think that one might have been used as a scraper possibly too, but nothing major, just some cool stuff to add to the collection. And we gotta get the counter cleaned off. But yeah, I really do like those pieces of pottery there. I'll show you that one more time. There's a big piece. There's a couple big pieces. There's a big piece. That's just really neat. That's not typical of the beach down there to find pieces like that, so I'm pretty excited for that. Well, appreciate everybody watching. Have a good one. Me and Emma's walking in here and trying to find a couple spots. See if we can find any arrowheads today. Emma found a flint flake up there. We're in a spot where they did some construction. My uncle said this used to be one of the best sites in this area on the river. And this is really like all that's left, a little 10-yard spot. And I come in here and check it every now and then, but I just found another one laying out about 3 feet from the water. You just gotta be vigilant and keep your eyes peeled somewhere like this. This stone's thrown in here from somewhere else. I don't know if that's a nutting stone or what. It's a little too sharp on the sides. So that's a maybe. I'm not taking that out of here. That thing weighs 100 pounds. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure it's a nutting stone anyway, but. All right, we didn't find too much. I'll pull it out here. Yeah, we didn't find that nickel at all. A couple pieces of flint, just here and there. But I wanted to come up and check this out. We drive by it all the time. It's an old graveyard in Boaz. My uncle thinks that this graveyard's built on a mound because over there, allegedly, is a mound right there. And then there is an old plantation right out there. I'm not sure where exactly, it's just right through there. But there are 3 mounds in the yard there. And there are a couple other mounds out in this area. So I don't know, maybe this graveyard is built on a mound, maybe it's not. I figured we'd come around here and take a look and see some of the graves of people in here. It's some pretty old graves. There you can see too, these trees in here are massive. That one there is pretty big. That one there is huge. It's got a little hole in it. There's a couple big ones over there. They're probably at least a couple 100 years old. That one there at Sycamore, I bet it's super old. We are going to look around. I want to try to see if I can find a grave of somebody that maybe died before 1800 and try to at least find one of somebody that was living in the area probably before the Revolutionary War. So we'll see if we can find a couple graves like that fit that description. I don't know if we're gonna find the graves I'm looking for in terms of age. That one there's a couple years before I'm born, and back here, somebody that was alive 16 years ago. Yeah, these are some pretty recent graves here. Up front, some older ones. I saw a few that were people that were dated around the end of the 18th century. I don't know what that one is, 1863. But still an older cemetery in the area. There's 1810. And these up here, these were, I think, the first graves. I can't tell on that one. 1807, 1867. So, and yeah, I don't think we're gonna find them that old. I think these here were the oldest ones. I think this is, I haven't found any that's older than this. 1780 to 1847, not 1817. And there's 1778 to 1833. So right there's just during the Revolutionary War. So not technically what I was looking for in terms of when people were born or alive, but that's pretty cool. There's a little age to this. So there's one here, it's a mystery. It's all busted up, so I don't know. It kind of looks like those two at the top you can see. These look different. They down and up. This one has a out, down, and curve like those two do. So this might possibly be the oldest one, but I'm not sure. So Here's a Henderson. We just spoke with the property owners there that own the property around the cemetery. They're pretty nice folks. But this is a Henderson. A lot of the people buried in here are Hendersons. And right here's one. That's Henderson. And over there's a Henderson. The Hendersons owned the plantation I was talking about earlier, where all the Indian mounds were in the yard. They're just little mounds. But it's kind of a historical site now. They do tours of it and stuff. We're actually have some videos of it. Little bits of footage here and there and old videos. Nothing. We plan on taking a tour someday, but it's a pretty neat site. We're going to give it a look one of these days. But this is a pretty fun day. We didn't really find anything. We just kind of went out looking in some new places. Figured we'd stop in here and have a little bit of fun. So appreciate everybody watching.